Chapter 1. Danvers, Massachusetts, Wednesday, January 11th, 2012. The truth is, I'm not sure when it started. I don't actually think anybody really knows. For a while, figuring out the very first instance of it seemed really important. They were interviewing all of us because they wanted to find the locus of it or whatever. I don't really know. They marched us into the office one at a time, and there was this big map of the school up on a wall. It was covered in pins with little flags, each one with a date. It was super complicated. I think they thought that with enough pins and flags and yarn and everything, they'd figure it out. Or at least it would look really impressive for the news cameras. And don't get me wrong, it was impressive. All those arrows and everything looked wicked complicated. It didn't help them figure anything out, though. I think it just made them feel better. But I'm getting ahead of myself. If I was really forced to pick a date, like at gunpoint, I'd have to go with January 11th. I'm saying that only because it was just a completely basic Wednesday with nothing much to recommend it. Exactly the kind of day I shouldn't remember. We'd been back from winter break only a couple of days, but we'd already gotten into the routine. Senior year, last semester. We were pretty keyed up. I mean, everybody's always on edge when the semester starts, kind of. Except spring semester senior year is like that normal nervousness times a million. Senior year is when it all comes together. All the years of studying and work and projects and sports and campaigns and whatever we're into that we've been working really hard for, it's either about to pay off or everything is about to completely fall apart. And don't even get me started about waiting for college acceptance letters. But even though senior year is massive, is basically the moment that sets up the rest of our entire lives and whether we're going to be successful and get everything we want, or whether we're going to die alone in a ditch in the snow. We still have to get up and make it through every day. I still get up and brush my teeth, right? This Wednesday should have been the most generic Wednesday imaginable, even if it was a Wednesday of the spring semester of our last year at St. John's. "Sit," my mother said. I was standing by the kitchen sink, shoving a cranberry muffin into my mouth. "What?" I said, plucking at my shirt to shake the crumbs out of the bottom. "Colleen, for God's sake, you won't be able to digest anything. Would you sit down for 5 minutes?" Mom used the toe of her slipper to brush the crumbs under the edge of the dishwasher. "Can't. I've got to go," I insisted, as Dad came up behind us, rattling the car keys. "Did you get the problem set done?" Mom asked. She licked her thumb to rub crumbs from the corner of my mouth, and I squirmed away from her. "Mom, get over it. Yes, I got the problem set done. You want me to look it over real quick?" "Linda," my dad warned from the front door. He jingled the keys again, and I slung up my backpack and kissed Mom on the cheek. "It's fine," I said. "I promise." Could there be a more normal Wednesday morning? It's so normal, I almost want to embellish it and add something kind of exciting or dramatic or interesting. But I just can't, because nothing like that happened. Dad dropped me off at school, and the upper school hallway was awash, like it always was, in an ocean of girls in plaid skirts and cardigans and wool tights and Coach handbags from the outlet store. I knew most of them, at least well enough to say hello, though every class adds a lot of new girls freshman year, and so the older we got, the more strangers started peppering the hallways. "Hey, Colleen," said someone in passing. I didn't see who, but I said, "Hey," back, and nodded to be nice. I stopped by my locker to swap out some books and scroll through a few texts that didn't seem very important. I was just replying to something, I don't remember what, when I heard it. "Colleen, I saw you standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of your own. Colleen," a voice hummed from inside my advisory classroom. I looked up and grinned at the spines of my textbooks. Dina was stuck on